We should be live. Oh, I should hit this record button on this software. Now I can hear myself. Hopefully everyone can see us now. Let's close this. And I know there's a bit of delay, so I'm going to have to wait like 12 seconds for an answer. Yay! All right.
Nice yip.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is SBJ, and we are here today for the third episode of Dungeons and Dragonites. I almost messed up the name.
Almost.
It's Super Dungeons and Dragonites.
So thank you for joining us on your Tuesday night. Let me just get a little housekeeping out of the way here. We will be doing this every Tuesday night for the foreseeable future until our season wraps up, and I don't know what the time frame is of that yet. I'm sure we'll figure it out as we get closer to that. We will be taking a week off in about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. Greg will be out of town. I will also be prepping for the Midwest Gaming Classic, so that's a busy week for me. Obviously, a busy week for Greg, and stuff happened. Stuff will happen.
3 weeks. That's like 5 universes away.
Yeah.
No one's thinking about 3 weeks ahead.
I wouldn't worry
Just
about it.
keep going.
The other thing is I did review Pokémon Tournament for the Wii U. That is in iTunes and on SoundCloud and on Stitcher right now. It's 45 minutes of me just talking to myself. So if that interests you at all, go ahead and download that. That is on the It's Super Effective feed. Otherwise,
It's pretty good.
Was it? Yeah. Did you listen to it, Logan?
Yeah, I did. It was good.
I haven't gotten a chance yet.
Yeah.
I listened. I enjoyed it.
Cool. Yeah, I was really happy to see other reviewers comparing Pokken to Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Is that because there's sort of a easy learning curve to it, as opposed to some of those other larger fighting games?
Yeah, like I said, one of the most complicated moves is like forward B. That's as complicated as it gets.
All right.
So I'm excited to be playing that with fans when other people get it. We have 2 moderators in the chat right now. We have Drew, and we have Tyler. They will be moderating. For the most part, us 5 will not be paying attention to the chat. I have it up. I will be reading it, but I probably won't be commenting that often. If people join and the little follow thing comes up, I won't be saying, hey, welcome to the chat, so-and-so. Well, no, that's not how we do it here. We're here for the adventure between friends. So
Eyebrows.
I'm recording. I'm making sure this is all working. That's all good. I think everything's good to go. This is going to run till 9. We ran a little late last time, so hopefully we'll stay on time. So from 7 to 9, if you have to dip out, no big deal. This will be up on YouTube and in iTunes afterwards.
You won't be marked tardy if you have to leave soon.
So I will hand it over to Greg, who will maybe do like a 2-second recap of where we left off.
2-second recap of where we left off.
Okay.
Meepo.
We went down a big flight of stairs in a dark ravine and found an ancient dwarven fortress of the Dragonheart clan, who were disgraced dwarves. And you ran around inside for a while, and you found dead goblins, and you found a big barrel that you smack and it fills with water. And then you entered into another room, and you found Meepo, and Meepo is there. How's that for a recap?
It's good.
We're trying to help people find his dragon, right? That is why he has joined us.
Well, yeah, he hasn't really joined you yet.
I thought he did.
So we'll start with you talking to Meepo.
We got to talk to him again.
Well, still.
I mean, you don't have
He's
to.
still there.
I'm going to set this part out. I don't want to talk to that thing.
Poor Meepo.
You're gonna get some hate for that, Jeff. Meepo is the breakout success character from the show.
At least like 3 Twitter accounts
Yeah, I did the cardinal sin of saying, "Hey, someone should make a Meepo Twitter account." Suddenly, there is a legion of Meepos.
Yay. Okay. So we'll reset where you are. You're in what was once probably a temple room of the dwarven fortress. Off in the corner, there's a shattered cage that you now know once held some form of dragon. There's an altar, and then sort of up against the wall, who was trying to hide from you, was the kobold Meepo. So Meepo has been talking to you. When he finally stands up, you see that he's about 3 feet tall. So he's reptilian. He has sort of mottled brown scales with sort of like mossy green spots on them. His head is very much like a crocodile's head, but he's got 2 horns. And he has sort of a long tail, about a foot long tail. He only stands about 3 feet tall. So SBJ, since you've been fiddling around with the spear that you found in the beginning, you can easily figure out that there is no way creatures this size could have pinned a goblin to the wall with that spear the way it did.
We were asking him about, like, it looks like you have a big guy, and he was just like, "We won," if I remember
Yes.
correctly.
Yeah.
They clearly have a big guy.
You also, Stant, since you are observant, you also notice that while he's talking to you, his eyes keep sort of flickering at Wendy's warhammer, nervously.
Oh, you don't need to worry about this. This is just for people that aren't nice to me.
Okay.
We're not gonna kill you. Don't worry.
You've been nothing but cordial, Meepo.
If anybody wants to make an insight check to see if he believes you, you may do so.
I don't think I have
Sure.
high insight.
My insight.
Oh, I do have high. I have an insight +4.
I got +4 as well.
You probably do.
I have insight plus.
Oh, I know exactly how Meepo's
4.
feeling because I got a crit.
So
You have a
Stant,
flash of Meepo's parentage in his childhood.
yes, you have a sudden insight into Meepo's personal history and personality. So Stant, you are the first to sort of pick up that he is deliberately not answering your specific questions. He is definitely keeping a lot of things to himself because he probably doesn't trust you, or he thinks you're going to actually kill him.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, Meepo, but we're not gonna kill you. There's no way to prove that to you except for just not killing you for over, several hours.
You could try to persuade him, or if you want to scare him, you can also try to intimidate him.
Ooh, I have
I'll
persuasion
persuade him.
+5.
Do it.
I will
It's all
persuade
you,
Meepo.
SBJ.
Okay.
How do you do /roll? 1d6, right?
1d20 plus 5.
Nice.
bad.
Yeah. 24.
So you sort of approach Meepo with a more calming tone, and he begins to sort of buy in that you're actually not going to kill him. And he seems to be a little bit more willing to talk to you about what has been going on. Wendy, as you're sort of watching and looking around, you begin to sort of pick up underneath all the grime and the weird things they've coated. The altar itself is actually a really nice piece of stone masonry. The weird thing that's on it is carved sort of in the front is a picture of sort of a large creature. It's got kind of a roundish head with like 2 wiggly antennas, small wings for its body size, but it seems to be depicted as flying. You're not 100% sure what that creature is because you've never seen it before, but that seems to be a prominent feature of the altar.
So in that case, I will say, hey, Meepo, you were mentioning you were mentioning your dragon earlier.
Yes.
Is that what your dragon looks like?
No, that's not my dragon. I don't know what dragon that is.
Got it. Well, thanks.
I don't think we want to mess with that one. Hopefully it's a little smaller.
Well, I mean, if Meepo's never seen it, I don't see why we would really have to worry about it. I'm sure it's just an old carving from the dwarves way back when.
Yeah, that's not going to come up again ever again, probably. You're right.
I mean, it's not like we're in a fiction. It's not like the gods are using the foreshadowing or anything. I'm not worried about it.
Anything you want to ask Meepo now that Meepo seems to be more on your side?
So I feel like you're rolling with a big guy, maybe a troll or something in your group, Meepo. Would that be accurate?
He sort of looks at you and kind of. I should take you to Queen.
Oh, okay.
Where is
your
the queen?
Meepo? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask where is this queen?
Oh, I can lead you to the Queen. I can lead you to our Queen.
Before you do, I mean, if you know me, I really want to be talking to your queen.
I don't know you.
Well, if you did
We
know me,
just
you would
met.
know that queens are the exact type of people I should be speaking to. The fact that I'm with these rabble is a little strange. However, is your queen going to be as, what's the word, not killy about us as you are?
Yes.
Can I do an insight check for that?
Yes.
I got an 18.
He doesn't honestly know.
Meepo, how do you feel about wrestling?
That's where you pin people down till they die, right?
I like this guy.
Pretty much.
I'm not good at wrestling.
Well, if you haven't been pinned down until you died, then you didn't lose, Meepo. At the worst, you got a draw.
Okay.
I guess, any other questions you guys have?
Well, Meepo, where is this queen of yours?
Oh, she's that way. I'll lead you.
Is she in the ravine?
No, she's here. She's in our castle.
I don't.
Are we in a castle?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're in our castle.
Yeah. We're
thought
Castle
we were
of
in, like,
Sorts. It's in the eye of the beholder, really, isn't it?
We're in a fortress, which I guess should have meant castle. Oops.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not loving this, but I don't know what else to do, because if we're looking for Ephraim in every nook and cranny of this place, we'll have to go to where the queen is anyway. So
Right.
I would
And he
assume
was-
the
he
queen
was
had probably more information. Hopefully.
We'll follow Meepo, right?
Well, I think we should follow to the queen because I believe the queen would have more information than Meepo, given.
as
every
long as
question
we
asked.
agree that I get to talk to her, because, well,
you are noble, so you have the.
I think Emojis is starting to get it.
I think you'll be fine to talk to her, Wendy.
Well, thank you. I'm picking up your drawl a little bit.
I heard that. I like it.
All right, so he darts through the doorway.
Yeah, I follow as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you follow in line. He leads you down a long hallway. As you're going down this hallway, you see there's just a couple of doors. There's a quick branch off to the right that he just ignores, and he keeps walking down. As you're passing one of the doors, Stant, you can sort of hear a faint sort of wailing, moaning of pain behind one of the doors, of which he pays no attention to, and he just keeps plodding down the hallway.
Did it sound like a human moan of pain?
No, it sounded more guttural, more animal.
Maybe we'll deal with that later. Maybe we won't. I'm not really. It's just.
Is Stant the only one who hears that?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Then I guess I'm not saying anything about how we should probably. Well, whatever.
Stant definitely made like eyebrows like, but he did not let anybody know.
So you continue down the long hallway, and then he kind of leads you on to the right, and then it opens up into this sort of what was probably once a grand hall. Up and down the hall to your right, you can just see it's a large open marble way. It's crumbling now, but it used to be probably incredibly gorgeous. Lined along the center of the hallway are a series of columns, all carved to look exactly like that dragon that you saw on the altar, in various sort of poses of fortune and goodwill. Some are a little more frightening, but generally you get this kind of motif of the dragon in various states of excitement or terror or gifting. And then immediately to your left, he turns and you see a large throne that's also carved in the shape of that same dragon. The throne is all stone, except oddly in its mouth is like a brass key that doesn't look like it belonged part of the statue. Kind of around back, you see sort of a pile of various treasures. There's gold and there's some scrolls. And sitting directly on the throne is another kobold, although this one has wings. And it sort of sits up. It's more gold color. It's kind of flecked with silver. And immediately locks eye contact with Meepo and starts speaking in Draconic.
Which I understand.
Yes.
Good old
So
Stant.
Stant knows that the queen is sort of reading Meepo the Riot but also demanding to know who are these people that he's brought before her. And he explains that that you are a terror, that he heard you destroying the hallway, but they don't seem to be causing any harm and have promised to help find the dragon, at which point she looks at the group and then motions for one of you to approach.
Assuming that, so Wendy, so I'm under the assumption that Meepo was just singing my praises because that's how entitled I am, and so because I don't speak Draconic, so I just say, "Oh, Meepo, you're too kind, Your Highness. I'm Wendy Coal Carver of the Mount Coronet Coal Carvers. I'm sure you've heard of us."
Wendy,
I have.
They're mad that we broke their door.
Oh, yeah, you have. I mean, not that I'm actually surprised, but and I'm sorry, but Meepo here didn't give us your name, Your Highness.
My name is Queen Nyx.
It is of most pleasure to meet you.
I understand you've decided to help retrieve our dragon.
Yeah.
Excellent. With that, I shall allow you to pass by all of our guards unharmed, provided you find the dragon and bring it back here immediately. Of course, I will reward you with whatever treasure you choose from behind me. We have plenty to give to the likes of you.
My eyesight's a little bad, Your Highness. Of all of the treasures behind you, are any of them named Ephraim Oakhart? Because we really need to talk to someone with that name.
No, there is nobody of that name here.
I guess we'll just have to find a substitute.
That was an ace job working that in there, Wendy. You really, it's real
Thanks.
smooth.
No, that was smart. Very smart.
Well, folks, I think we got ourselves a quest. Let's find a dragon, right?
Well, did we ask the queen what happened to the dragon beside that it's missing? Because Meepo didn't tell us.
Emojis can do that? Yeah. Ask
Yeah,
him.
sure.
Oh, I thought only Wendy could speak to the queen.
I mean, I've said my
Indeed.
piece. The fact that I got to speak first is important enough to me.
Your Highness, could you please give us some information on what happened to the dragon?
Well, of course, the goblins stole him.
They just took the dragon?
Well, not willingly. There was a bit of a fight.
There was a fight.
Yes.
And what about this dragon possesses the desire for it? Does it have any special powers? Does it
It's our
lay golden eggs?
It's our dragon.
Okay,
That is all.
fine. I didn't grow up with dragons, so I don't know the fanciness.
Clearly.
I mean, I'd be upset if my boy D Pepper got taken away. So I understand where the queen is coming from. I mean,
Alright.
it's no D Pepper, but a dragon still starts with a D.
Spelling is important. You're right.
It's that old adage, dragon still starts with a D.
Wait, I had an epiphany. Do you think that animal that Stant, not that I know this, but Stant heard, might be able to show us the way?
Well, Stan didn't tell you about that. So
Oh,
that's none of
I
your
said
concern.
that. Not that I know anything, but insight.
I
Well,
bet
anyway,
that's
cool.
that's
Thanks for
probably
the
a goblin
information.
bear.
I was going to
Sorry.
say, thank you, Your Highness, for the information, but we will do our best to find your dragon, wherever the goblins have took him. Her. It.
What
Thank
sex
you.
is a dragon?
I
Stan
don't
would be
think you
curious
need
about
to
that.
know that.
I'm curious. I like drawing wildlife. I've never seen a dragon.
Well, when you find it, you'll find out, won't you?
I don't know. I mean, like, is it easy to tell sexes with dragons? Like, maybe. I don't really have any expertise.
You're exhausting me. Can you bring the charming woman back?
I'm sorry. I tend to prattle on.
Oh, don't worry, Your Highness. I'm right here. Before we go, what does the dragon look like? I don't want to miss it.
You won't miss it. You'll be bringing Meepo along.
That's true. Thank you for lending his service. How many are these goblins? I understand they're still here.
Oh, I don't know. A lot.
Thanks. That's very useful information, Your Highness. Anything else that hasn't come up yet that you think we should know about this dragon finding endeavor?
They'll try to kill you.
That is very relevant. Thank you.
Will the dragon try to kill us?
Oh no. It's harmless.
Okay.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Yes.
21.
She is being as truthful as she knows how.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Wow. This is a tame dragon. That's... Wow.
Queen Nikki, is there a leash or something we can use with the dragon?
Oh, it still should have its leash on it.
All right.
Unless they took it off, and then it'd be around, I suppose, wherever they dropped it.
We'll be on the lookout for a leash, too, then.
All right. I'll be on leash patrol. Stant, put you in charge of dragon patrol.
Appreciate that, SBJ. All right,
All
let's
right.
let's get on the show on the road. Meepo, lead the way.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Highness. It's been the most excellent experience speaking with you.
So Meepo sort of looks amongst all of you, fairly impressed at how well you handled yourself. And then he sort of runs back down that same hallway and motions for you. Let's go, let's find my dragon.
I'll follow after him.
All right. So he sort of runs back down the exact same way you came. He's half singing, half chittering. You don't really know what he's doing as he's overjoyed with the fact that he's going to go get his dragon. And he leads you straight back into the temple room where you found him. And then across the temple again to the far door that would have been way to your right when you first entered. He opens up that door and motions for you to follow him.
I follow.
All right. So this hallway is long and dark and super cramped. It's probably the thinnest hallway you've been in. It's not a problem for Meepo. He can just sort of run through, but it's only about 5 feet wide. And so it just feels a lot more claustrophobic, and there are no torches. There's no light in here, so you're just going by what you're seeing. And he sort of leads you down. He takes a couple of turns. It's a straight shot. There's no doors until you get to the very end of the hall where there's a door directly on your left. And he sort of pads the door, finds a way to open it, and pushes it open. You enter into a large room. It's about 20-foot by 30-foot room. Anything of any use that was in here is completely gone. It's just a barren sort of utility room at this point. And directly across from that is a door. Meepo sort of steps in cautiously and sort of sniffs around, just generally sort of nervous. And he turns back and goes, "We're in goblin territory now."
Goblin country.
Well,
when did we pass the border into goblin territory?
Through this door.
Got it.
So how soon are we going to tussle with one of these guys?
You can go first now.
Stans will take the lead, or maybe Wendy. I don't know. Wendy
I'll go right behind you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go third.
I will bring it up the rear like always.
All right, and Meepo's behind all of you.
Or Deep Pepper.
There is a significant amount of sort of dust in here, and there are a number of tracks on the ground. But some of them are it's really hard to pick out unless you really want to stop and take stock of what you're seeing.
Yeah, I'll smell the roses a little bit.
Right, yeah. I'm definitely going to get some exploration checks going on here.
Everybody can make me investigation checks.
And Stance rubbing off on everybody. I got 19.
Investigation. Oh, it's +1.
I only add a proficiency bonus if I have a black dot next to it, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I did
All
that
right,
right.
so you kind of stare at the tracks. The most tracks you see are Rattata tracks. You can see a lot of Rattata tracks running in and out of here. There are a number of goblin tracks, not as many as you'd expect, but you also sort of look at the dust and you think that the goblins haven't come through this part in maybe like a month. Stant, however, is the person that really notices that amongst all the Rattata tracks and amongst all the goblin tracks, there are actually 4 sets of humanoid tracks. One that's smaller than the other, but 3 that distinctly either look human or elven. And they seem actually fairly fresh.
I pointed out to the rest of the group.
Do any of the tracks look suspiciously like the boots of a person who might be named, gosh, I don't know, Ephraim Oakhart?
Perhaps.
This is. I mean,
Since you
Oakhart
don't
was
know what he
after-
looks like and you don't know anything about him, your best guess.
Oakhart was
I'd
after
do
that
that.
apple, right?
Should have really talked to that bartender.
Yeah.
We should have done a lot of things.
What did you want us to do? And ma'am, what was the shoe size of this Ephraim Oakhart?
or really anything, right? Like,
Left or
Left.
right-footed, do you think?
What's even
Stan,
anything about him?
Oh. Stan, what direction are these feet going in? Do they go through the next door?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, they do. I
Should
knew
we-
that just a second ago.
Should we keep pushing forward?
I think then we keep going, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So with Meepo tagging behind, being
Or should we have taken a shoe
particularly
sample?
quiet,
We're not CSI.
you head through the next door. The next door opens fairly easily. Once again, it's a similar sized room. The only difference in this room is along the left wall is a large statue. And the statue is kind of holding a basin in his arms. It's the same sort of weird dragon statue that you've seen. It's got the small wings and the kind of pointed antlers. And there's a sort of... You can see at the bottom of the basin that it's holding, there's some sort of engraving, but it looks like it's kind of crusted over with dirt. Straight ahead of you from this room, you can kind of see a long hallway that goes off into the distance, and immediately to your left, along that left wall, you see another door.
Stan's gonna brush off that plaque.
All right. You brush off the plaque, and you see an inscription written in Draconic.
That says,
Let there be fire.
hey, here's one that doesn't say nothing about dragons. It just says, let there be fire. It doesn't
So the
know
minute you say "let there be fire," a reddish liquid starts pouring out of the dragon's mouth, and in about 4 seconds, it just fills the basin with this weird, goopy red liquid.
In what would seem to be a bit of a turn for Wendy, I look at Stant and I say, Stant, before this thing kills us, just know that, it's okay. We all make mistakes. You would have there was no way you could have known. It's okay. Don't worry about it. If I saw a thing that said "Let there be fire," I would probably tell everyone that it said "Let there be fire" because that's a really cool thing to say. I don't blame you at all.
When Wendy said "Let there be fire" 2 more times, did anything happen?
No.
That's what I was gonna ask.
No. You say it a couple more times if you want, but it's already filled the basin with the weird red liquid.
Stant, I guess I'll touch it a little bit, very tenuously.
Maybe with something else. Well, you already did it. Never mind.
You kind of go over and touch it. It feels a little warm to your touch, but otherwise doesn't seem to be particularly troublesome.
Is there can we make a medicine check or anything?
You can make a medicine check or an arcana check.
Oh, I have Arcana.
I do too.
I have 6.
Yeah.
I'll
I
do.
roll?
Go.
I'll do medicine. If we all can roll.
Yep.
I
Stan does
rolled
not know
18.
anything about this with his 7. Jeff does though. Oh no, Wendy with
Magic
the crit
fingers.
when it matters.
Yeah.
All right. For those of you who are making medicine checks, you know for a fact that it's not any sort of healing. It's not also harmful. But Emojis recognizes it almost immediately. He has seen this liquid once before. It is a potion of fire breathing. If you drink it, you gain the ability to breathe fire for a short amount of time.
Hey guys, this is the fire breathing potion, and if you drink it, you gain the ability to breathe fire. So we should, if we need some extra weapons, take a couple samples.
Do explorer kits come with bottles?
You could empty out a water skin and fill that if you wished.
How many water skins do we have?
Everybody should have one.
Okay.
Oops.
I'll let you all take however much you want. I've been sober on fire goo for the last 4 years, and I don't want to fall back into that.
You
Sad to hear
assume
about
that
that pass, Wendy.
what Emojis knows about these is basically you have to scoop all of it up into one and drink it all in one drink to get the effects. You
So
can't
it's like a
sample
one-
it out. So
One
you
is
basically have
done.
to fill one skin full, and then you'll have a potion.
Yeah, I mean, Stamp drank all that fresh water just a second ago, so he doesn't need his skin right now.
Did you?
Yeah, remember that fresh water thing that Wendy banged with her hammer?
That we
Oh,
probably
okay.
shouldn't have drank out of.
Well,
When
do
life
you wanna,
gives you a strange bucket of water, you question what life has in store for you. You don't make lemonade.
if we have an empty one, then I guess we could use it.
Yeah. So, do I have a potion of fire breathing now?
Yep.
All right.
Fire breathing.
D Pepper and I are going to pass on the fire breathing.
Yeah, I think Logan just
Well,
has
we just
it.
took all of it. Question.
Let
you
there
were
be
like-
fire.
I was gonna say if we ask "Let there be fire," does it refill and someone else
Yes.
could take it? Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Stan looks at Wendy and just like,
What is? I don't know what you're insinuating.
Hey, can we do I guess is it an inspection check for more feet on the ground?
Yeah, you can do an investigation check, sure.
Where's the roll d20? Investigation, intelligence 4.
And to be fair, Stan, abuse of potions does kill you eventually. You know,
I guess that's true. The whole thing came about because you didn't believe I could speak Draconic, so I was just.
You've convinced me now that doesn't change the fact that I look at you as a lower person than me.
How many friends you got?
Let's see. 1, 2.
Did you
I
count
guess it's
me,
the
or-
3 of you.
Did you count me?
So while the Bickersons are bickering, Emo just sort of stares at the ground, and you can tell that most of the footprints continue down the hallway. Pretty much there's no traction towards the door that's on the left at all.
So we should bypass it. Hey guys, we should follow the feet and forget that door on the left. I don't know if there was another door. I think was there one on the right, but
Nope.
just straight ahead.
Straight ahead down a long dark hallway, or there's a door on the left.
Forget the door on the left.
I'm gonna trust the person who spent the time to look if there were
Look at
footprints.
the floor.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Following Stant, right?
Well, I think we're following you now, Jeff, because you.
Oh, because I saw the feet. All right, so I'm in
Right.
front. All right.
Well, you shouldn't
Everybody-
be. Stan's like, okay, you found them. Let me get in front just in case.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
always a great
Yeah.
idea to lead with your unarmored wizard.
All right. So
I'm
yeah,
not
Stan's.
gonna tell you how to make a marching order. You make the marching order you think you need.
Well, it's not a big hallway, right? It's only 5
No.
feet, or was that the previous?
This is a little bit more open. The hallways in here are about 10 feet wide, so you're no longer as claustrophobic
All right.
as
So
you
we could
once
stand-
were.
So we could stand shoulder to shoulder, and like both me and Stant be in the lead, since I saw the footprints, and Stant's gonna protect me if anything happens.
Oh, just this isn't about. You got full credit. Full credit. You saw them footprints. Just
Well,
you're wearing a bathrobe right now.
Wendy brought up
I
a good
got
point.
armor.
Wendy brought up a good point. I can't be the only one in front. So
Guys, we've spent more time discussing who wants to be in the lead than we did at that bar back there where we got no information.
Wow, this Stant, your southern drawl is the most infectious pathogen I have ever seen.
It's true, y'all. All right, so after another brief argument where Beepo's just sort of sniffing around in the back, he's just sort of touching things and sort of skittering around. And he kind of looks at the door, but he's not going to break from the party. You press forward. You go down the hallway about another 20 feet before it kind of comes to a T intersection. You can see that it goes straight ahead for quite a ways down. There's a hallway that branches off to your right, but you can see within 10 feet it runs into a collapse. The entire wall is just collapsed down, and even looking, you don't even think there's any way that you can get past that way. Immediately to your left, you see another small hallway that goes down about 10, 15 feet before that ends in a door as well.
Can we still see footprints or anything?
You can make investigation checks.
Yeah, all right, I will.
Do we all roll or is Stan only roll?
Whoever wants to.
I ain't rolling.
I got a 20, but not a natural one. An unnatural 20.
A natural 20.
So I taught Stan how to look at footprints, and or maybe did I learn from him the first time because he's on the first time?
I mean,
You're
Stan
learning
has.
from each other. It's a communal experience. It's sharing.
He's not trying to take any glory away
this
from
hallway
you.
trip here.
So here's where things sort of change. You can see a number of the humanoid footprints start down the hallway. You can see that at least one person went down that hallway. Another set branches off and goes to the door on the left.
Do we still know where the elven footprints are?
The elven footprints are what you're guessing as elven go down the hallway.
Okay, we're going down the hallway. Well, I relay that information.
Wait, what footprint?
There was another smaller pair of footprints, if I remember correctly, that's going,
Yes.
and then that's
Right.
what's going the other way.
The other smaller footprints, and a couple of the human sets, or what you assume are human, also head off to the left.
So,
I guess it depends on which
we're
one we
after.
think is Ephraim.
Do we know what race of person Ephraim is?
We didn't even ask like 2 questions. When
No, you never got. All you ever got was a name when you were looking for it, and a place.
Honestly, I can't even remember how we got that name.
I want to ask Meepo if he's been here before.
This is all new and very exciting.
Oh, so I was under the impression. This is making a lot more sense now. So I had thought that you and all of your friends, you and all of your clan had this was your fortress, and the goblins were sort of invaders. But it's sounding more like a situation where you're both inhabiting, both sort of laying claim to the fortress here.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
That's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. I understand things can get kind of complicated for someone in a simple position such as you. Never mind that.
Should have asked the queen that.
Probably.
Sorry.
So I
know goblins are over here.
Which one?
Meepo, that answers my question. Thank you so much.
The left?
I mean, I feel like the elf is probably Ephraim, but
Would it
That's
be
just
bad
a
to do like a
Speaking as a
Scooby-Doo
dwarf,
thing and split up?
sometimes smaller people are a lot more interesting than taller people. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I happen to be short, but I know a lot of short people as a dwarf, and small people can be very fascinating.
I'm not really saying that. I'm not really judging anybody on their fascinating aspect. It just
I'm just saying. I'm just
seemed unique.
putting it out there. You can do your little quest where you always try to follow the tall footsteps, but just putting it out there.
Maybe you're right, Wendy. Maybe I'm always following tall people.
At this point, are we looking for Ikram Lionheart, or are we
That's his name.
looking for the dragon?
Well, my
You're
worry
looking
is that
for both?
yeah, and I feel like one goes one way and one goes the other.
I mean, what's stopping us from not bothering looking from the dragon and just not returning to Queen Nikki back there?
Well, I mean, there's
Well,
not
we
really.
have Meepo with us, and if we don't do what Meepo expects, Meepo could turn against us.
I mean, he could tattle, but that's about the worst he could do. Nothing really is making us go back there. But Stan definitely wants to draw this dragon.
If we return the dragon, the queen will give us treasure. But none of it helps us to find the oak heart. So
I mean,
Treasure's good.
SBJ has a point.
sometimes you go on a trip, and then the real adventure was something you found along the way.
Yeah, it's not right here, though.
Right. We got to keep going. That's the main thing.
Could we
Whichever
split
one we
up?
find, we'll
or
probably go find
no?
the other one. Don't ever split the party.
Yeah, let's take all of the
Good.
people who can stand up front and fight, and have them be one party, and all the people who stand in the back and cast spells be in the. I think this is a great plan. No, actually, on second thought, let's just go find this dragon.
or Ephraim. Like either one works. All right, let's follow one of these paths. Just left.
I think we should find Dragon, assuming we are rewarded to find Oakheart. Because the dragon is being held by the goblins, and we know Oakheart was supposed to meet with the goblins for that apple. So if we try to find the goblin, we'll find... If we try to find the dragon, we'll find the goblins who will potentially have the information we're actually looking for Oakheart, as opposed to the Meepo people.
Very, very good point.
Yeah.
Much more well thought out than I'm sure any of the rest of us were thinking.
Right.
I dropped a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
Straight from Emogus. All right.
So-
Well, that still doesn't really narrow down if we're going left or forward.
I think we're following the smaller tracks, right?
Sure.
The non-human feet.
I think we've all agreed that shorter is better.
For the listener at home, I did a thumbs up motion.
So, heading off to the left, are we?
I feel like we made a
Agreed.
bad choice
Did a
already.
new character just got, was there a cloaked figure that just appeared behind us?
Yes, yes, there was. It all in your mind. All right, so you head off to the left, down to the door. You open that door. It opens fairly easily, and you kind of open up into another sort of large. It looks like it was probably a sitting room at some point. It's completely bare. The room just has one door on the far side, off on the left wall as you're sort of entering, and you look over. Actually, it's on the right wall. Sort of kitty corner across. You have to cross the whole room to get to it, and that's the only way out of here.
I think our choice is made.
Yeah.
To the door.
All right. As you approach the door, Stance, sort of spider sense, notices that this door is locked in a different way, like it's latched weird.
I don't want to say it out loud because Wendy will make fun of me.
Write it down on a piece of paper and hand it to D. Peppers to tell SBJ to tell me or something.
I just like
I'll just be
further-
looking at stones or something. You can say it to the rest of them.
This lock is different than what we've normally seen.
Is there magic associated with the door, like the pot of fire?
You can make an Arcana check to check.
Yeah, Modus is hecka good at Arcana checks.
Yeah. Here we go. D20 plus 6. Oh snap!
11.
There is no magic that you can associate with that door. It seems to be a normal door.
So
So
it's
then
meaningfully
what-
different. Why is there?
Why?
Yeah. Do we have any insight into why?
You can certainly make an investigation check.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
will.
do that as well, given that I have sort of the background of knowing how dwarven fortresses tend to be laid out.
I didn't roll too well.
What type of check was it?
Investigation.
Not at all.
Logan
Getting
rolled an
some
11.
mileage out of investigation checks this session.
Oh man.
That is a 3.
So you're all sort of staring at the door, and then Stance sort of discovers the fact that the reason why the door looks weird is that it seems to have been propped open by a small caltrop. It looks like a caltrop has wedged itself at the bottom of the door, and that's why it sort of seems off to you.
For the, I mean, not that I'm saying that I don't know what a caltrip is, but theoretically, if one of the listeners didn't know what a caltrip was,
Asking
you might
for a
want to
friend.
fill
A
them in.
caltrip is what happens if you take jacks and sharpen them instead of putting the balls on the end. So if you've played balls with ball and jacks, the little sort of pyramid, if you sharpened all the edges on them, those are caltrops. Basically,
weapon?
they're generally scattered across the floor so people can't easily walk across it. Because if you run across it, it will pierce your feet.
It's like barbed wire for things that aren't offenses.
Yes.
So wait, did you say that this was wedged into the bottom of the door?
Yep. And it's sort of, that's why the door seems sort of off. It's sort of, the door is trying to close, except the bottom part seems to be stuck on this caltrip.
Does it look intentional? Like somebody clearly put this here?
No.
I have a question.
Yes.
Answer. Can my spell Mage Hand move that caltrip?
Yes.
Can I use that spell? Is that the best?
The door open.
Huh?
Well, I mean, it's holding the door open, so let's not let it shut. So I guess Stan will
keeping
hold
the door open? I thought we couldn't get the door open because it's stuck on it.
I thought it was held open by it.
It's held slightly open because of the caltrip. It's like
Did we even try to open the door yet?
The door is shut and latched, except for the bottom part is wedged out. So it looks like it's just sort of like when you initially sort of try the door, it doesn't give as freely as every other door does, and then that's when you sort of notice that it's because there's something at the bottom, this caltrip, that's sort of causing it to drag and stick.
Oh, well then, yeah,
I
absolutely.
cast Charm Caltrip, not a spell.
It doesn't work.
This caltrip is unimpressed.
So, did we actually try to open the door?
Yeah, it's. You should totally do the Mage Hand thing.
You haven't actually tried to open the door yet.
Oh, well, I'll try to open the door.
Can I try to open the door?
Sure.
Yes.
Try it.
So once you push with a little extra weight on the door, it pops open, and then you suddenly hear like 6 or 7 bells just ringing and ringing and ringing, and it just fills the room you're in, and you know for a fact that anybody within at least 100 feet can hear these things going off.
Can I quickly ascertain what the source of the sound is?
Yeah, so with the door open, you sort of look up and you see that there was along the ceiling, there's like a series of bells that are hung, and they're tied straight to the door so that when the door opens, they just jangle and they're just swinging and jangling. Now that you have the door open, you kind of see that it's a long hallway. You see that the entire hallway is filled with those caltrops. Walking across that is going to be a nightmare. And at the very end of the hallway, you can see what looks to be like a makeshift barricade. Tables, chairs, rocks have all been piled up at the far end.
Huh.
So,
Emojis, can you use your Mage Hand to get rid of them?
Well, I don't know if I can use them to get rid of all of them, but could I use Thunder Wave to blow everything away?
If you wish to use a spell slot, that will be your last for the day. But yes,
we might be in a combat.
Oh wait, are we on the same day as last episode?
Yeah. You don't. let's not do that yet. We might run into some trouble.
I was gonna say, wait.
Mage Hand is.
I had no idea. I thought I had a whole new day.
Mage Hand is a cantrip, right?
Mage Hand is one of my cantrips.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, try and move a bunch of them. Try and move a bunch of them with that.
I'm gonna take the advice of Stan and try to use Mage Hand to move them.
All right. So as you step in and you start you can start pushing them away. It's not easy to do, but you're taking your time while you're sort of standing in the hallway. Emojis can make me a perception check.
Oh, perception.
Just plain old perception, huh?
Yep.
Wisdom 224.
Perception. I have advantage on, says +6. 17.
Who was supposed to roll? You?
I can't.
And Emojis.
Oh, we both were? Okay.
Yep.
I rolled a 12.
And I rolled a 17.
All right, so Emojis is very busy sort of staring at the hallway, like concentrating to push things by the side. When Stant sees 3 little heads quickly pop over the barricade and then pop back down.
I relay that information quietly to the rest of the party.
I couldn't quite hear you. What was it that we saw?
So there are
Heads.
3 little heads popped up over the barricade and popped back down.
Presumably goblin or...
He didn't get a good enough look. That was
But-
pretty quick.
Okay. Let me see what I have at my disposal here. Hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do. Speaking loudly so that the 3 heads over the barricade could hear me clearly. I mean, they already know we're here. But pretending that I'm only speaking to our party, I say, "Wow, it's this seems like a lot of traps. It's a good thing we brought, about 20 more people along with us so that we can get these cleared away in no time."
Sorry,
Make me
my
a
mage hand
deception
is
check.
working.
Can do.
See if you can sell that lie.
What is my deception? It's a +0, so.
Hoping for that 20.
Hey, that's a 19. That's pretty dang good.
When it matters.
Yeah. Honestly, this kind of matters.
This kind of does. Yeah, this might avoid a combat.
When you sort of say that, you see another head sort of peek up and stare down the hallway. It is a goblin head, and it's sort of looking down there and sort of looking to see what the how like it's
How
sort of
many
a
of us
weird
there
sight
are.
because you can see like this invisible motion as it's moving all the caltrops to the side.
When did the
And-
16 other folks get here?
Wait, we lost 4 of them just in a second.
Then you all see it pull a short bow up, and we are in combat.
Okay.
Oh,
That means
Everybody
roll initiative.
roll initiative.
Initiative. Man, my initiative is awesome. Why is my
Initiative?
initiative so awesome?
Because you
What
had
is
your
that?
wisdom too, and
Oh. Yeah.
so I have a 3. So did I just add 3?
Yep.
Mhm.
So
14.
do I add the 3 to anything else, or is it just a plain 3?
1d20 plus 3. So Logan, you got a 16.
I did.
Travis is 10.
that's me.
I got a 9.
And SPJ got a 14.
You know what?
Hey, I saw that in the chat. Kirby. This should be our picture for the cover.
All right.
Of the art.
They are quick little buggers, and they go first. So you immediately see 3 short bows pop over and fire. The 2 people that are most prominent are Emojis and Stance. So this first one is going to go against Emojis.
Oh, no. I told you to stand back.
So it seems to be somewhat nervous as it rolled a 6, and the arrow sort of hops up and does a quick shot, and it sort of skids across and shoots straight up into the ceiling as it ducks back down. The next one targets Stant.
So I basically just did a skillful dodge.
Yes. Well, also they
Really,
rolled.
he just did an unskillful shot.
He just did a really bad shot.
Okay, Stan, calm down over there.
that wasn't in character. Stan didn't say that.
Look what just happened.
Stant, however, gets a
Damn.
crit. So as Ebo just sort of dodges out of the way. He bumps into Stant. Stant sort of falls forward straight into the line of the oncoming arrow and gets stabbed right in the stomach for 6 points of damage.
I call Stance gear.
And then the second shot is going up off against Emojis, as he's the one that's actively trying to clear their area. However, he is just incredibly hard to hit. They are more afraid of him than Stant, apparently. So the other one sort of ducks back down after taking a shot that goes very wide. And Stant sort of falls back with an arrow sticking out of his gut. And Stant is next.
So how far away am I from them?
So you are at the end of the hallway. The hallway to the barricade's about 30 feet. Walking through the caltrops to not hurt yourself, it's all considered difficult terrain. So moving through that terrain is going to cost twice your movement to get through it. So basically, at this point, you can only cover about 15 feet. You can get halfway there, unless you wish to run and take some damage from the caltrops.
No. Well, so my poison spray is only 10 feet, so that would be a total of 25, and they're 30 feet away, right?
Right.
Okay. So Stant just takes his time, but he pops all 4 of the remaining good berries from yesterday.
Okay.
As he walks. So I'm back up to 9 HP. And with my bonus action, I'll cast Shillelagh.
Okay. So you basically cast an enchantment on your club, and it grows and gets that wonderful sparkly on it.
Yeah. And I guess he'll go ahead and pull out that arrow as he eats the good berries.
Okay. So you move halfway down the hallway, so you're standing halfway between them. And we have SBJ.
All right, so we're 30 feet away?
Yes.
Remember that Deep Pepper can fly.
Yeah.
Yes, Deep Pepper is not affected by the difficult terrain.
So I send Deep Pepper out, and good old Deep Pepper. I think I attacked last time. I didn't attack with Deep Pepper last time.
You did the leak slap or leak slash.
Yeah. I don't have that written down of what leak slash does, though.
My mage hand cannot attack, sadly.
It cannot attack.
Nope. That sucks.
You probably do have a damaging cantrip, though, right? Like something?
Oh, yes, I do. Remember last week, the fire bolt that just blew up all the tumbleweeds?
Yes.
You might
use that.
You
Deep
might wanna
Pepper's
use
Leak Slash is a +3 to hit, and it does 1d6 plus 1 damage.
All right, and will Deep Pepper... Sorry, I'm trying to... Will Deep Pepper reach them?
Yeah, he can actually, since he can fly 60 feet, he can actually fly up and over the barricade and get up in their faces.
All right. I am going to tell Deep Pepper to fly towards the one that injured Stant.
Okay.
And do Leak Slash. And let me roll.
Avenge me, friend!
So he flies up in the air, shoots down the hallway, disappears behind the barricade.
What did he roll? The suspense.
Oh, sorry.
Ah!
5.
No!
All right, so he lands, and you sort of hear a slash, and you see the barricade sort of bow a little bit, but you don't hear a telltale yelp of anybody actually getting hit.
Wait, he rolled a d6?
Oh,
Oh, you should roll a d20.
Oh, my fault.
That's his damage. All
Actually,
right,
I
we'll
caught that.
retcon that real quick. Roll an actual hit. 1d20 plus 3.
Rolled pretty good on a D6. Hey!
There you go.
18.
All right, so he flies over and slaps one of them on the head. Since you already rolled the damage, I'll take that damage.
Okay, that's fair.
And And so he flies over, and you can kind of hear a yelp as the leak hits whatever. You can't see them. It's kind of like this bizarre behind-the-scenes shadows against the wall. We go to Travis.
What? You said the barricade was chairs and mostly wood?
Yeah, mostly wood. There's a few stones to give it to keep it propped up, but it's mostly wood.
I sort of it's free. It's a free. Are we treating speaking like a free action, like
Yes.
normal? So in that case, I say to Emojis, notice that almost all of that is made of wood, and you can make fire happen at things. I think you can figure out the rest. And I think I have a bow.
Well, and we also have the fire breathing thing.
That too.
I would assume that you guys aren't close enough though to use it.
Yeah, I can't breathe that far. Well, I guess that's Stan that has it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my crossbow.
Okay.
To try and hit whoever seems to be that target that's easiest to hit behind that barricade. So that's +3.
Oh yeah, my firebolt had a range of 120 feet, so I'm gonna check that bad boy at whatever next turn.
I just see the range on fire breath. Should you drink it is 30 feet.
Okay.
There you go. I could have done that.
Damn,
All right.
falling.
I rolled a 21.
Yep, the one that sort of yelped from being slapped by D Pepper sort of hops up above the barricade, and just as you take aim and fire and shoot it in the head. Roll damage.
3?
All right, so you take a great shot. It sort of turns to realize that it's about to die and gets shot in the head and falls over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There
I'll
you
take
go.
it.
And that brings us to Emojis.
Oh yeah.
Set it on
So
fire.
Wendy gave me some great advice, and so I asked the group, right, informed group, guys, I'm gonna try to blow up their barricade. Get ready, because they might come charging at us. And I want to throw my firebolt at the barricade. Is
Okay.
that correct?
Yep.
And
Make
it's
me an attack roll.
instantaneous attack roll.
Yep.
Well, just roll.
Because you
a
still
D-
have to hit the barricade.
Yeah, I got to do
That's
that.
going to be 1d20 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is on the the third page of your character sheet.
Oh boy, page 3.
Should be
Spell attack bonus.
+6, I think.
Okay, so I roll a d20 plus 6?
Yep.
Okay, so d20 plus 6.
21.
Yeah.
I rolled a 21, boys.
All right.
And
So
ladies.
the barricade is not hard to hit.
Hey!
It's a huge
I had
target.
great aim. I had great aim.
And you hit it just dead center to try to set it on fire. So try to light it up.
Oh, now I got to roll a
damage to
d,
see if you actually set it on fire.
which is a 1d10. Do I add anything to that, or
Nope.
just a d10?
Just 1d10.
Yeah. 9.
All right. So you hit it. It sets that patch on fire. So now you kind of have this flaming barricade. It will take a while for it to spread, but it is on fire. The other thing that you start to notice as the smoke sort of rises off this smoking, smoldering piece of wood, there's no ventilation in here, so the black smoke is starting to sort of pool at the top of the ceiling, and it's just sort of hovering up there as the flames leap off the barricade.
Can I ask, did that cause vision trouble for the goblin because they're on top of the barricade?
It will cause it in a couple of rounds. It will cause vision problems for everybody.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Um,
Wendy told me to.
The two goblins now have a target next to them that's not down the hallway who's a bigger threat. So both decide that they are going to take on D Pepper. and ignore you.
Me? They ignore me?
They ignore everybody down the hallway because they've got D Pepper to attack.
Uh-oh.
So the first one attacks, and just stabs D Pepper right in the side. And
That was a crit for listeners to the audio version of this program.
the crit
I'm so upset.
hit D Pepper
What if D
for
Pepper dies?
9 points of
What would you do?
damage.
Oh no, 9!
D Pepper has 10 health.
Okay, he's in. You know what? All you need is one.
That's
And
my
the
favorite
other
Beatles
one-
song.
All you need is one.
The other slices at D Pepper and hits. So D Pepper sort of bravely hits. The two swords sort of hit from both sides, and all of you see this sort of beam of light shoot up from behind the barricade and shoot right back to the ball at SBJ's side.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Bulbasaur.
D Pepper, my boy.
Sadly, D Pepper is out of play for the day.
Okay.
So is that how Tamer works if they lose their hit points?
Yep. They'll
Got
go
it.
back to the ball and can't be revived until a long rest.
I'm sure we just lost like half of our viewers.
Yeah, why don't you just go ahead and kill Meepo too, Greg?
Meepo's hiding in the back.
Just ruin the game for everyone.
And that brings us to Logan.
All right, well, Stan can make it over that barricade this turn.
Yep.
So I'll slam the one that KO'd D Pepper, if
Okay.
I know which one it was.
You didn't see it. You just saw the light happen. You heard
What?
the horrible squawk and the light appear from behind the barricade.
No! I just go ape Bulbasaur on whatever's behind that barricade.
All right.
All right.
So I'm going to require an athletics check for you to get over that barricade because it's on fire.
Turn.
Because it's on fire.
Thanks, emojis.
So you don't burn yourself.
All right, let me see. 11?
Yep. It's not a hard climb.
Okay.
You just didn't burn yourself. So you sort of scramble off to the side and hop over. And you can see two sort of satisfied-looking goblins behind. They're kind of also a little bit confused because they just thought they had killed something and it disappeared, but they seem satisfied with what they did.
All right, well,
Tell you who is
I
not
smacked
satisfied.
the nearest one.
Can
Wait, what? I didn't get it. Yeah. 19.
All right. So you just slam hard into the one that's looking most satisfied with himself. Just clock him up the side of the head with your club,
Excellent. My magical.
with your super magical club.
All right, here we go. Oh yeah, I will avenge you, D Pepper.
All right. So kind of filled with rage, you just sort of scoop underneath the goblin, sort of lift him up off the ground, toss him in the air, and bash him back down. And the minute he hits the ground, you can tell there's no fight left in that goblin. It is gone. And that brings us to SBJ.
I didn't know there was a barbarian in the party.
I love how when Stant gets upset, he loses his southern accent.
It's called the state of northern aggression.
Will you guys keep stealing it from me?
Greg, how far can I throw my spear?
I believe it is 2060. Let me look real quick. Yep. 20 feet at normal range, but up to 60 feet. So you can close with as much that's off to close it to get within 20 feet and throw it just fine. If you throw it from long range, you get what's called disadvantage, which means you roll a d20 twice and take the lower result.
Okay.
But since he's cleared enough of the hallway, you can get within 20 feet as to not suffer the penalty.
Okay. I will get in range and throw my spear, which is +4.
Yep.
I'm very outraged right now as I'm throwing my spear. I want to let everyone know who's listening that this throw will be for D Pepper and everything D Pepper stands for.
2. No, he hasn't rolled yet.
Do it for D Pepper.
Oh, helps if I type the roll.
Oh.
Tink.
It's a
All right,
goblin. It might
overcome
work.
with grief, you toss your spear, and it's sort of sails over the barricade, and sort of you see it sort of hit the wall, because you're trying to not hit Stant at the same time, and you're overcome. Just it's a frustrating situation, and you do not manage to hit that last goblin. It brings us to Travis.
So, given that I sort of feel like Wendy would think that having someone not be able to avenge someone that they care a lot about would be like the worst fate that you can suffer, because there's sort of an honor thing there, and that's a lot of what Wendy cares for. Is there any way that for my turn I could see if I can could I use like thaumaturgy to redirect SBJ's arrow and make it hit?
Yes.
Okay, let me see what thaumaturgy.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. What should I roll?
I will allow it. I will allow you to make a ranged attack.
Wendy's secretly amazing and awesome. Not a jerk.
What bonuses should I add to that? Like my spell attack bonus?
Yeah, use your spell attack bonus.
Okay. So that's 1d20 plus 4. Well, I tried, Steve. That's 6.
You've never done that before, and you're sort of overcome with the whole just stressful situation, and you sort of reach out in this new application, and you feel you grab the spear for a moment, but it just slips through your fingers because you're reminded of how ineffectual you were at saving your family. Overcome with the grief.
Brutal.
The spell properly.
As my move action, I'm gonna go cower in the corner and hide my tears.
All right. Meepo sort of pats your back. Good try. And we move to Emojis.
Oh man. Can I ask how many more turns until the fire becomes an issue? Because could I hypothetically put out the fire?
It'll become a problem in 2 more turns.
All right, we'll wait for 2 more turns. Right now, we need to stop these goblins.
Yep.
Because somebody's got to hit them before they hit us. So, I guess I can always do another firebolt, right?
Yep.
Alrighty, here we go.
It's already a terrible situation.
No.
Oh, you haven't played D&D. This is not a terrible situation.
Also, D Pepper isn't laying on the floor bleeding to death. Like he just went back to his ball. That's way better than any of us can do.
Dance in the corner with like 2 arrows in his side. Oh well, you healed it off, right?
Right? Yeah. I mean, I still got he's still got a hole in him. It's just not quite as big as it was.
Woo! Big money.
Oh, yeah. So, while the goblin's sort of trying to figure out what's happening, he sort of backs up and you just get a good clean shot and smack him in the head with a firebolt.
Woo!
And that was enough to end his life. You sort of see his head get caught on fire and he falls over at Stant's feet.
Yeah, melts. Take that. Take that.
Excellent job, Emojis.
And that ends our combat.
Right.
Oh!
Alright, so now you have a flaming barricade. Stant, since you're on the other side, you sort of see that this was like a guard post. You see that there are 3 sort of bedrolls here. If you call them bedrolls, they're just sort of mats of grass and mud that they were sleeping on. There is another door sort of around the corner from where you're at. And you don't see much else over here.
Well, I mean, there's a door out, right?
Yep. So around the corner is the door to get out of here.
Okay. Well, come on, everybody. Before the place burns up. All these things back here are flammable.
Run.
All right. So you all sort of... Whoa.
Travis is... MIA.
So you all sort of run. Are you going to deal with the barricade at all, or are you just going to let it burn?
Do we have to go back that way? Well,
Probably.
okay. My suggestion is Wendy said last time that Wendy can make water, and then Wendy could put out the fire for us.
You can also see that the reason why the fire seems to be collecting in here is because this door shuts. So the door that you're in shuts. So you could potentially just let it burn itself out and shut the door behind you too.
Let's just do that. Just sounds more straightforward.
Hold on. Can Travis hear us yet?
What?
I was going to ask if create water was actually is create water a cantrip? No. Okay,
no.
So let's not do that.
Sure.
Let's just let it burn itself out.
Okay. And
all right, so you all sort of scrabble over. SPJ collects his spear. You sort of quickly dodge and dart behind through the next door and shut the door behind you, letting the barricade burn. Once you go through the door, you kind of see that there's a shortish hallway, goes down about 10 feet in front of you, and then there's a large opening to the right.
Okay.
Do
we
going.
Seems like we got one choice.
Right. So you kind of continue down. Are you being stealthy at all, or are you just going down?
I feel like since you asked that, yes.
If the DM asks, "Are you being stealthy?" the answer is yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
who wants to stealth down?
I don't
have
think
any.
me, because I'm in heavy armor, and I don't think I'm good at that.
You are at disadvantage for that.
Stant's no good at that. SBJ, are you sneaky?
Probably
I have nothing in
Emojis is
stealth.
our
I just
best
have a
bet.
+2 in dexterity.
I have a +1 in dexterity, and it's not a proficiency.
Oh, then SBJ is better.
Yeah, I guess I'll
Right.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless I wanted to cast the spell Silent Image again, but last time I did that, it was a bust. But that's an option.
It's fine.
I got it.
I'm gonna cast guidance on SBJ to give him a little bonus. So SBJ, the way that works is for the next minute, on any roll you make with a D20, you can any skill check, I think, with a D20 you can roll a D4 and add that too. You're welcome.
I'm not saying thank you. I'm still upset.
I am still saying you're welcome. I am in character as I'm casting guidance on you, saying you're welcome.
You're welcome.
I wonder if I can do this with. So you said a D4?
Yep.
Okay.
1d20 plus a d4.
But
And
do
yeah,
I
to
also
the
get
chat,
my
I am-
+2, Greg?
Yes.
Ooh.
21.
Oh, yeah. So you sort of sneak down quietly and sort of stick your head around the corner. What you see is a large room. This one is about 15 feet across and then 40 feet down. As you sort of peer down the corner, you see another one of those barricades. And straight across from you on the far wall is a door. So there's a door straight across, or there's another sort of barricade at the end of the hall.
Do you see?
And make me a perception check.
And my perception is
Just SBJ, right?
Just SBJ.
Okay.
I have nothing in perception, but I have a +2 in wisdom.
And then the D4 from Wendy.
And still got the D4.
Oh, does that carry over, or is it just once?
You said a minute.
What's your spell?
A minute.
But I think you can only use it. Like,
Let's check.
Oh boy.
I'll race you, Greg.
I think it's like one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Especially since he rolled the 4 on both of them.
The target can roll the die before or after making an ability check. The spell then ends. So the spell has
Here, I'll re-roll with that D4 off.
The reason it gives the minute is because I couldn't have casted it an hour ago, and you're like, now would be a good time to use guidance.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right, I'll re-roll again.
Okay.
Same number, 16.
It was destiny.
You peer down. You don't see anybody manning that barricade.
Oh.
I would then assume that we go the barricade route. I'm not good at being a leader, guys, so I don't see anyone at the barricade.
You can slide back to your group and inform them what you saw.
I go back upstairs and I reiterate that information, and I ask what they would like to do.
Did you see any footprints, SBJ?
No, I only checked the barricade.
All right, can we notice footprints now?
Yeah, Greg.
You notice that this entire area has been stricken of all footprints.
Oh, okay. So there's people everywhere, or were everywhere?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, do we want to go to the barricade? It seems safe.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm glad we figured that out, yeah.
To the barricade.
I will return my position to the rear of the line.
Okay.
I'll go up front if no one has objections.
Stan has a slight objection, but lets you go passive aggressively.
I think my AC's higher than yours. 60.
Oh, yeah,
no
you should be in the front. He just he just doesn't like how Wendy asserts herself like that.
All right. So it's Wendy first, and then is Stant right behind?
Mm-hmm.
Or okay, sure. I'll be third.
All right. So as Stant and Wendy turn the corner and head towards the barricade, shots ring out. The first arrow goes completely wide and misses Wendy. Also misses Wendy with a 9 and a 12. The last one, however, strikes Wendy perfectly, right through a ring in her armor and slices into her side for 9 points of damage.
As that happens, as I'm falling over, I say, "I guess 1 of 3 is not bad."
How much HP have you got?
A different voice. I have 11, so I'm down to 2.
Oh man!
But I can handle it.
Okay.
And we are in combat again. Let's re-roll initiative.
Oh man!
Would we have not been in combat if Wendy dodged all those arrows?
Sure, blame it on me.
But
they were
we still
hiding
would
particularly well. If Steve had crit his perception check, he would have noticed that they were there.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 for initiative.
You got a 10.
22.
22.
Shit. What am I supposed to roll?
A d20 plus your initiative.
Okay, so that's a 3.
11.
11, sorry.
We did get caught unawares, so this sort of makes sense.
Ah.
Except, of course, Wendy is now fully aware.
Yeah.
We're all shocked by the crit that just
Folks,
pierced
I
Wendy.
think we're under attack.
Oh, wow.
She's bleeding out. So actually, Travis, Wendy is first.
No big surprise. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. I'm not a very good healer. I've only healed myself.
But you did an expert job at it.
Yeah. Shoot, I should have written down how that works. Hold on.
It's a 1d8 plus your life, right?
Correct.
So cure wounds.
Whoops.
It's a 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, plus you get a bonus for being life, which I think is...
I think it's 2.
You get it equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So
Okay, so plus 3.
Plus 3.
1d8 plus 5 then.
Yep.
I rolled a 1, so that ends up being a 6. So I'm at 8, which isn't too bad. And then I guess as a move, where are they?
They are hidden behind that barricade.
Okay, I'm gonna. Is it like they can? Are they like shooting through little holes in the barricade, or are they popping up above it?
They're popping up and shooting down.
In that case, you know what? I'm not afraid. I'm gonna run since I still have a move action. Or is it a move action to like get up after I was hit for 9 damage?
No, you didn't fall over. You just got hurt real bad.
Okay, then I'm gonna head on. How far away is it?
It's 40 feet to the barricade, so you can close within 10.
In that case, I might kind of like move 25 actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to the side to sort of to one of the walls, so sort of diagonally as far as I can, getting to the wall and getting as close as I can.
Okay. That brings us to Emojis.
Yeah. So, how many bad guys are there right now?
You're not entirely sure.
Oh, we're not
sure. 3 shots rang out towards Wendy.
3 shots rang out, and no more have followed. So that's your best guess.
Hey, Wendy. Since you know a lot about combat, what are your thoughts about mage armor?
Is that a cantrip?
No, it's a first level, but I feel like I don't want to die.
How many spell slots do you have left?
One.
I think he has one.
I don't think that's the one you want. We're like me and Wendy are way more in danger right now. Just stay in the back and you should be fine.
Oh, so don't move and just fire another firebolt?
All that in a country accent.
All right. So I guess if I just stay in the back, I didn't know. I just saw you guys get struck a bunch of times, so I'm nervous. So I just wondering if I should.
We'll take the brunt of it.
All right. So I guess
we're here for you.
All right. So we'll just go with another firebolt.
Right.
Should I? Can I aim at them, but I don't know where they are? Is that right? Or no?
Yeah. I mean, they're a little harder to hit because they have cover. So just fire it off, and I'll let you know.
Okay. Sounds good. So I fire it off, which is a D20 plus 6. Whoop! Here we go again!
So you sort of watch, and then when one sort of pops up to see how well it hit Wendy, you fire a firebolt off, striking him right in the face, and you can kind of hear the sort of goblin scream as he falls down behind the barricade, on fire.
I think I'm like 3 for 3 for firebolts today.
And that brings us to Stant.
How far away is this?
It's 40. It's about 40 feet down because you pretty much turned the corner and they shot you.
All right. Well, then I'll go my 30 and then use poison spray when I see one pop up.
Okay.
And I'll also use Shillelagh as my bonus action. Yeah, poison spray is a cantrip. You extend your hand. It's an attack, I think. Yeah, but they have to succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 poison damage. So
and what's your save DC?
14.
Constitution, huh?
Y'all.
That's not gonna work. That'll work. All right, so one sort of pops up to check because his friend just lit on fire. As he pops up, you basically spray poison in his face, and he does not. He just sort of breathes it all in, like gasp, and all the poison goes right into his lungs.
That's for messing up Wendy.
Thanks.
And he starts sort of coughing and gagging, and you don't think it killed him, but he's pretty darn close, and he drops down behind. They pop back up to take a couple of shots at Stant.
For my bonus action, I'll cast Shillelagh again, because I'm sure it's been more than a minute since the last time.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, so the one that was gasping on poison tries to shoot Stant with an arrow. And you see him sort of lift up his short bow, and as he pulls it back, he kind of coughs really hard and just snaps the string on the short bow. And the whole thing is just completely useless. Natural one.
That's adorable.
So his friend, sort of seeing that, decides that that was probably Stant's fault and takes a shot at Stant. And also, both of them are sort of like not prepared for what's happening. Their friend just died in a fire. His other friend the mucus is pouring out of his face. Jumps up and tries to just do a great shot, and also just destroys his short bow completely. And that brings us to SPJ.
Yes.
Bunch of novices over there.
Can I do another perception check to see how many there are?
Yep.
I think that is 1d20 plus 2. 21.
So you're just sort of watching the whole thing and sort of checking the shadows as given off by the flaming goblin. You only count that there are 2 left. There seem to have only been 3 total.
So there's 1 left. Right.
2 left.
I thought I blew one up and so did Stan.
Yeah, there's only 2 left because one's on the ground on fire dead.
And then one's still poisoned, right?
One's poisoned and hacking up mucus.
Yeah, Stant had a whole bunch of poison on him, but he wasn't quite dead.
He's not quite dead.
Okay.
That was my turn, right?
No, you can just do that for free.
Oh.
So you can still act and move.
Oh, okay. Well, I will aim for the poison one, and I will run my 30 feet, and I will throw my spear.
All right.
Which is 1d20 plus 4.
Oh.
I'm really good at throwing the
It is
spear.
a
I got
natural
5.
1 for those listening at home.
So you take what you think is your spear, and it's actually the spear that you had picked up from the wall, and you just sort of throw it, and it's sort of sticky from goblin bud, so it sticks to your hand, and it doesn't release right, and you just slam it straight into the ground, and the entire spearhead just shatters when it hits the ground.
I say, ooh, intimidation. I like it.
And that brings us up to the top of the round with Wendy.
I'm going to play whack-a-mole. I'm going to run up to the barricade, Warhammer raised, and when one pops its head up, I do whack-a-mole thing.
Whack a goblin.
Yep. 16.
Oh, yeah. So the one that's sort of cacking up mucus from poison, you just have a quick, easy shot at him and clobber him.
Okay, so that's... eight damage.
Oh, yeah. You easily just sort of come straight down and finish the job.
I'm just going to say in my head that that's the one that hit me. I don't know that that's the case, but in Wendy's fan fiction about her real life, that was the one that shot her.
That's the one that shot you?
Yeah. And her fan fiction is the only one that matters.
Yeah.
And that brings us to Emojis.
Alright. So there's still the one guy left, or did Wendy beat the... Did Wendy beat the full guy or the poison guy?
Poison guy.
Wendy killed the poison guy.
Alright. Do I have any other attack options? I'm going to fire off another firebolt.
Yeah, you can hit something with a quarterstaff, but I think it's going to do less damage than the firebolt.
And you have to get in there.
I gotta get up in there. Because I'm still in the back. Okay. Fine. I'll roll another firebolt.
Oh.
Again.
Not as good. So you see the one pop up, you fire off a firebolt just as he's ducking back down, and you get sort of grazed by the flame. It wasn't as great as you've been doing all night, but it still hit. And that brings us to Stan.
No damage.
What? Oh. Oh, it's my turn. Okay, so Stan can get close enough to hit him with a shillelagh, right?
Yep.
All right. How many are left standing? Just
one.
Just one. All right, well, the last remaining one. Ha! I always forget which one I'm rolling. There. 16?
Oh, yeah. Not a problem.
Yep.
Nice.
For 8 damage.
Oh, yeah. So Stan sort of leaps over the barricade, swings the giant club, and just crushes the goblin's chest, and he just sort of falls forward and is out.
Ha!
All right, so now that you have a moment to breathe, so once you've crossed over this barricade, straight in front of you is a door out. To your right is another door, and then on the other side of the barricade is that first door that SBJ saw.
Any more footprints?
Everybody can make me perception checks.
Just regular.
We have
perception?
about 10 minutes before the scheduled end of this.
Perception is wisdom 2 plus 2. 20 plus.
SVJ's neck injury cropping up again.
I'm just I rolled like garbage all day today. That was a 3 I rolled.
I rolled a 1.
I got a 15.
So you're all sort of just sort of trying to figure out where to go. When Wendy sort of hears whistling coming from that first door that SBJ found.
Does the whistling sound like Oakart?
Whistling.
It's a noise that a no-cart makes.
I relay that information. I say, I don't know if it's good or bad that I hear whistling, but I hear whistling. Do I recognize the tune?
Is it a...
Make me a history check.
Okay.
Down.
Can SBJ play it on the harp?
11. Probably not enough.
You don't recognize it, but Emojis, actually, as you walk towards the door, you recognize it as sort of a sailing song.
Oh.
And, well, guys, this is one of my favorite tunes that my brothers and I would sing every morning on our morning row outside Olivine City. Yeah. Greg, could you tell me what that tune is?
It's your favorite one.
It's
well, well, if it was that tune, I would be a little hesitant. But guys, I know this song. It's a good one.
For some reason, I don't know why, but I guess I'll say this in character. I don't really know why, but for some reason, the fact that one of us recognizes the song makes me a lot less nervous about this mysterious whistler.
Oh,
right,
okay.
Yeah.
So in character, I would say, guys, I think this is not a goblin behind this door.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
All right, so you go and you.
Actually, how is Meepo reacting to whistling?
Meepo's just sort of like in awe of everybody because you're just wiping out goblins.
Okay.
So he's just happy to be alive. He's happy to be with these strong fighters. Anybody who needs moral support or looks like they're wounded, he's right there.
Oh,
I pass him a little thumbs up.
I show him breakfast.
Good guy,
You're
Meepo.
strong.
Hey, check out this little fella, Meepo. I said that I'd bring up breakfast this session.
Breakfast for new listeners is Stant Zigzagoon friend.
So yeah, what's he think of that Zigzagoon?
All right,
He
so
likes
we're
it. You're a little disturbed that he licks his lips, but he doesn't make any direct moves to eat it.
Stan's not disturbed. His name is Breakfast. I get it. No, yeah, I did the same thing, but he kind of grew on me. So
are we gonna open up the next door, right?
Yep. So you go and try the door, and it's actually locked.
Oh boy. I can use Mage Hand though to open that lock. Can I not? It's a cantrip. No, I can't. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
You can use it to do what a hand does.
Which
Open it.
Yeah.
open like it was an unlocked door. Yeah.
Who has the higher
Okay.
sleight of hand out of all of us? I just have a +1.
I have a +1.
Probably SBJ.
I have a 0 in that, so I have a +2 just overall in dexterity.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants can make me an intelligence check.
Is there something obvious? Oh, I want to knock on
I
it?
have.
Oh, just a flat intelligence check?
Yep.
Oh, I can do that. I have +4.
I'm dumb. Real dumb. Roll
I
that.
got a 20 I got
yeah,
a
Logan,
22.
we're in the same boat.
Guys, I got a 22 though. Right?
Sorry, one sec. And there you go. 5.
You're all sort of puzzling over the door when it occurs to Emojis that perhaps the goblins might have a key.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah, let's go search the bodies then.
okay, so guys, if we can't open this door, one of the goblins could have opened the door, so they probably have the key on their body. As long as none of us broke it or burned it up yet.
Well, then let's go on a walk down memory lane into the last room we were in.
Oh, you killed goblins in here too.
Yeah, let's.
this,
okay.
in the room we're
I thought we had moved into a different room. Okay,
No, not
cool.
Stan's
All
gonna
right,
check.
so you quickly pat down the goblins. The first thing you find is a silver flask that is clearly of dwarven make that they must have stolen. It's incredibly well made. And the other thing you find is a silver key.
The key is what we need.
Does the flask have any inscriptions?
It does have the Dragonheart inscription.
In that case, I'll take this so that this whole Dragonheart thing gets. It's terrible. They're all terrible, and I think we can all agree that however much gold this thing is worth, I should destroy it because these people are so terrible.
What?
Right?
I can't. None of us. I don't believe any of us would agree to that.
All right, you can take it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just
all right.
don't
I'm just
blow it
saying the
up.
right thing to do would be to destroy it.
Right, no.
These
don't think
Dragonhearts
so.
were terrible people.
Right,
Well,
I don't.
While they're bickering, I take the key and I go open the door.
All right, so the key slides into the lock, turns really easily.
Boom.
You push open the door. The light sort of spills in, and you can see kind of off in the corner, there's a cage that's hanging from the ceiling. Inside the cage, you can see a little gnome who's whistling a song.
My son.
Yep, and he looks at you and goes, "Oh, hello!"
Hello there.
Hey, I'm Stant. What's your name?
Hello, Stant. I'm Ephraim Oakhart.
I told you we should look for small
Hey!
feet. Small feet, good people. That's what I always say.
You know what? You were right. Can't believe I ever doubted you.
Should we leave it off there, Greg?
What we're going to do is you can go in and shut the door. You can also lock the door if you wish.
Right, I was gonna ask if it locks on the inside. Take a long rest.
And if you want to take a long rest, this is a spot that you can take a long rest in to heal back and get your spells. I'm assuming you're going to let Ephraim out of his cage.
Oh
yeah, I'll do that with the key. I got the key opened everything.
So he pops out of the cage. The thing that you notice immediately is on his. He's sort of wearing. He's wearing nice armor. He's got sort of a robe over it, and the symbol on the robe is the exact same symbol of the tattoos that appeared.
Okay.
Hey, I clearly we're all big fans of your work because we got those.
All right, so we're gonna put a pin in it there, and we're also going to, for next time, we're gonna level y'all up to level 2.
Nice. Hey, also before the night's up, I'm gonna get 10 more good berries out of my last level 1 spell.
All right.
All right. I'm just writing those down. They're good for 24 hours. All right. So, are we going to hear anything from Ephraim, or is that it for tonight?
That'll be next week.
Ah.
He was singing my song. That's all I
And you could tell everybody.
All right, well that wraps it up. What we'll do is I will get this ready for YouTube and for iTunes if you missed the beginning half. I also want to say that if you go over to patreon.com/itssupereffective, there is a Dungeons and Dragonites reward tier for if you really like the show and you want more insight on what goes on. And I'll be making some stickers and some buttons and some special awards for after the season is over. So if you want to back that, that's cool. If not, no big deal. Otherwise, I will put this to a standby screen and there will be some music and whatnot. And you guys can hang out and chat if you want.
Oh, wait. Hold up. If you want, go follow me, Logan Jenkins. And I posted a picture of Stant because I drew him over the week. So, yeah.
There you go. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.